Hello, my name is Sam. Welcome to the Tree for the Taking YouTube channel. This is the first real long-form video that I've bothered to put together, edit, and narrate, and it is to celebrate the completion of the original design you can see me drawing here that I've named Sprig. I've taken the drawing, and since it is symmetrical, I can use the exterior edges of panels of MDF as a center line and make both sides of my chirally symmetric body design that away. The major production experiment that I was undertaking, other than my own original design, was what to create the cavity inside of the body with, the positive material. It has to be something that's removable, which is why you'll see me using HDPE in this next clip to create basically what is both a platform that the neck sits on, as well as the negative space inside of the body. That extension on the top actually connects to the edge of the mold to create the path that the neck sits in, and what you see me routing here becomes a platform in the negative space, and routing this stuff is miserable. That is just a conveniently quarter-sawn piece of scrap mahogany decking that you see me here routing the truss rod channel for the neck blank on. Not sure if you caught that I flashed the rich light fretboard blank at the camera. This flavor is called Chocolate Glacier. Here you see me cutting my chocolate glacier blank down to size, and here I am breaking a bandsaw blade. I love my bandsaw, it's very safe. Now, the aforementioned misery with routing HDPE is that the heat warps it, so here you see me attempt to undo that. It was really annoying to try to get this flat, and I think it worked, but in the future I'm going to be sticking with the other half of this experiment, which is the sprig that actually gets built in this video, where the positive is done with MDF wrap with Tyvek tape like you see me doing here for the rest of the mold. I'm also going to have to trim all that excess tape in the future because I thought it would make for easy cleanup and capture spills, but actually it just shrinks when you hit it with a heat gun to burst the bubbles in the resin. So after the exterior portion of the mold gets silicone sealed, I insert the positive, which has a central portion that is basically a continuation of the dimensions of the neck, which is a great reference line to later mount the braces internally. This step I could have done quite a bit better on. Popsicle stick is not the tool I'm working with next time because this is ultimately the top of the guitar, so it has to be nice and clean. And just like that. Now don't worry, I have other videos where I go into depth on the creation of this invasive tree composite, but I did want to focus on the design and creation of Sprig as a sustainable guitar in this video. But the long story short of it is that it is 18% by weight, 60% by volume, invasive tree of heaven sticks and young trees that I grind up into a powder and blend with ecopoxy. There it is. It's really durable, it's pretty dense, which is why I have to create a hollow design that is also quite small in terms of the body size. So after a non-trivial amount of time trying to get that off, there's the result. The leakage was minimal, which is great, but you're going to see me now in hyperspeed take quite some more time to remove both of these positives. I don't think one was easier than the other, if I recall correctly, and durability-wise, the HDPE may be more durable, but I think that the Tyvek tape makes the MDF more repairable. The flatness and the uniformity and the ease of working is actually why I'm going to be going with the MDF and Tyvek tape moving forwards. This router table roundover bit operation is necessary to remove the really sharp burr that prevents the bodies from laying flat. This whole step is because of a mistake with calculating the height of that neck platform that will not be necessary on subsequent models because look at all the time and energy I'm wasting just trying to get the neck low enough that the top can sandwich it properly against the body. So I didn't include the fret slot cutting process because it took, without hyperbole, days. I ruined my saws. I had to order a new fret slot cutting saw, actually. But I do like Richlight. So if I could buy it pre-slotted from them, that would be great, but I like weird scalings. This is a 25. I would like to do a 24. I've been a Jaguar player for years. But alas, I had a 25.5 and 25-inch combo template from when I was building T-styles. So this is a futile neck gluing you see me do here with wood glue, which does not work on Richlight. So you're about to see me take this out of the clamps, exuberantly, I might add, and minutes later, the whole fretboard just pops off. It's hilarious. So long story short with this, I go back in and use super glue. Additionally, you can see me here using an X-Acto to score both surfaces. I had a feeling this would help just because I was worried about it being so non-porous, and also I was remembering ceramics class. Both working ends of the truss rod were inundated with wax, and as you can see, I have some reference pins. A lot of what you just saw me do with the router table was standard luthiery, and here I am sanding in a 9.5-inch radius onto the Richlight board. But next, I'm going to be cutting out a 16th-inch piece of aluminum veneer for the headstock to match the body, as well as to act as the perfect height adjustment for the tusk nuts that I'm buying. CA glue is clearly my best friend. I had to remove some material off the back of the headstock to accommodate the length of the tuning posts. cedar decking braces get JB welded into the body, and then an oak scrap goes between them for the tailpiece. Do you have any idea how much easier my life would have been had I measured this accurately? Well, anyways, the next sprigs are going to have aluminum bracing, and the tailpiece will be a aluminum part that I make myself. Now we're on to the really fun task of hand carving the neck. This is something that I would happily do for the foreseeable future on the sprigs. It's enjoyable, and having your hands on the part where your hands touch, and having that be the only piece of wood left in the design is something I'm quite pleased with. This is just a wipe down with mineral spirits, but I put down 12 coats of true oil on this neck and finished it up with microcrystalline wax, and I think it turned out really nice. I attempted to do this with threaded inserts at first, but abandoned that, drilled them all out, and created a design where I sandwiched the neck between the entire pickguard, top, and a heel plate. This has all been a template, essentially, for the aluminum top I plan to use the same jeweler saw to cut. I just didn't want to waste any of the sheet metal I have prior to bolting the thing together. In the next clip, you get to see basically the full assembly of me stringing it up for the first time, which is a really nice little moment.
The nut moves a lot.
So now that I knew it worked, it was time to recreate the top in the 1/8" aluminum I want it to be, and wire it. The fix for the moving nut was gluing it down and adding a string tree, but on the next Sprig I will be trying a 3-in-3 headstock. That is a tracing of the original Tree of Heaven leaf that I used on the first prototype. It is an actual 1-to-1 scale Ailanthus altissima leaf. So then all that's left are the finishing touches, the soldering, and listen to the bell-like top. So I'm sure you can guess what that's going to do to the sound of the guitar, but of course I will end with a playing demo and a thank you. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for more as I iterate on this design. I'd love your feedback, so leave comments. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.